A grown man playing with little boys. Finding Neverland with Johnny Depp and Kate Winslet. Julie Christie and Dustin Hoffman. Yes, Dustin Hoffman is in this movie. This movie, I was watching it and I was like, okay, it's pretty good. It's okay. It's it's all right. I'm starting to see things here and there, and little by little, this movie lights up, and it has a grand finale. This movie turns into a really wonderful movie. So this is a special type of movie. It is not. It is very. It's about Peter Pan. It's about the making of Peter Pan, the inspiration of Peter Pan, and the movie. I didn't know where I was gonna go, but I knew this movie was prime Johnny Depp. So Johnny Depp in his prime. Kate Winslet, I was not too sure of. I'm not a big fan of Kate Winslet because of Titanic, but she did an okay job in this movie. She did pretty good. She did not distract that much. She was almost like a side character. Basically, this is the premise of the movie. Johnny Depp plays the man who wrote Peter Pan the play. So Johnny Depp is a playwright in around the Victorian age, and he runs into this little boy. I guess he's not doing so well in his play making, in his theaters of plays and stuff like that. Runs into this little boy. Little boy is under the bench. Um, has a really great imagination. Johnny Depp plays along, and they start to talk about their imagination, and then that boy has about three brothers, so there's four boys basically, and Johnny Depp Johnny Depp makes friends with these little boys, and the boys have a mother, but the father is dead, so the mother is a widow. And Johnny Depp is rich. He's got money. He's got a wife. But he spends so much time with these little boys, right? With these little boys and their mother. And everything is innocent. They're having fun. They're literally like everything is perfect and innocent and fun and all that stuff. And just like Michael Jackson, man. Just like Michael Jackson, people start talking. Even in those times, in the Victorian times, they were saying, well, people are starting to talk about you. I forgot what his name was on the movie, but I guess he's the guy that invented Peter Pan, the play. I don't know exactly what his name is, but he has friends, and they're saying, well, they're starting to talk about you, guy. Um, it's like they're saying that you're spending too much time with these little boys. You're doing something weird with them. Yeah, they say that in the movie. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? That is disgusting. And that made me think of Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson is basically like this. He had a Neverland ranch, and he hanged out with little children. And things could have been innocent, but people talk. And also the friends like, and you're also hanging out with this woman, this single mother. So people are starting to say you're doing stuff with her. So that really pissed me off in the movie because Johnny Depp was 100% innocent, and he was just having fun with these children, with these little boys. And one of the kids, one of the kid is named Peter, and Peter is very serious, and he don't like to play because of his father. His father died. But they're playing and all that stuff, and they're playing cowboys and Indians, and Johnny Depp's like, "Oh, I adopt you as my son," like as a joke, right? And I guess little Peter, he's a little kid. He says, you're not my father." He gets all crazy and all that stuff. I guess the little boy is really traumatized with his dad dying. So the guy Johnny Depp, I guess that plays the guy that invented the Peter Pan play. Um, he's getting inspiration from this little Peter guy, this little Peter kid, and it's almost like Peter Pan, where in the movie Hook, um, Peter Pan, he's an adult, right? And Tinkerbell is trying to teach him to become a kid and go to Neverland and all that stuff and see these things. And you got to be a kid, and you got to believe in all these kids stuff. And it's basically trying to get this little kid to become a little kid. And the movie was, for the most part, it was very interesting, very nice and innocent and great and wonderful. But towards the end, it became a really wonderful movie. So you need to watch the movie in its entirety to appreciate it. You appreciate Peter Pan more. The movie Peter Pan, it doesn't really show the Peter Pan, the movie, or like any, it shows like the inspiration. So I would say this movie is a 4 out of 5 stars right here. It is a wonderful movie. It's a slow burn. It's kind of like, it is not one of those movies that like get your attention and all that stuff. And you really got to pay attention to this movie. You got to actually watch this movie to like it. You can't be on your phone and watch this movie. You have to actually watch it, pay attention to it, and you'll like it. We're gonna see if it has. Yes, it does. DVDs have disc art, and that's one of the things that I love about DVDs. They also have a table of contents. It's like a little mini poster. So I would give this movie a 4 out of 5 stars. It made me appreciate Peter Pan more, and now I want to watch the animated Disney version of Peter Pan to see how good it is. I watched Hook. I was not happy about it. Hook kind of sucked, but I might revisit that movie because this movie is very inspirational. Basically, you know, the thing about Peter Pan is that Captain Hook and the Lost Boys, whoever those little kids are called, whatever those kids from Neverland are called, basically they kill adults and they hate adults and they only love children. They only love kids. And Captain Hook hates children, so he kills children. And then there's this whole thing about an alligator with a clock. So the alligator is basically about Neverland. I don't know if it's called Neverland or Neverland. I think it was called Neverland when I was a kid, but basically Neverland is a land or in your imagination or in a place of a child, of a person. A person never gets old, always stays a child. So Neverland is kind of like a fantasy land. So, and that's the whole thing with Michael Jackson, I guess. Um, he never grew up. He always stayed a child, and he loved Neverland. He loved Peter Pan because Peter Pan is about staying a child forever. Um, I don't necessarily think that's the healthiest message. A lot of the messages from Disney are not the best, but I know Disney took a lot of their inspiration from old stories. So they weren't Disney stories, these are old stories and old fairy tales. but it is a Miramax movie. It was a damn wonderful movie. I loved it. I thought it was great. I think I would watch this again. It does have British, or I don't know if it was a British or an Irish accent. So I don't know if the guy's was Irish or Scottish, but it wasn't necessarily British accent. So Johnny Depp, everyone has a British or like a Scottish or some sort of accent, and Johnny Depp has an accent too. So he kind of sounds like he's Scottish or Irish, around those two. So it doesn't sound like an English accent. But yeah, Kate Blanchett, Johnny Depp, he's a rich guy. She's kind of like a commoner in the Victorian era. She don't have a lot of money, but he is very rich, and he has a mansion, he has a lot of silver, and he's a playwright. He makes plays. So it's a fun little movie. If you like Peter Pan or you want to know more about it, I think this kind of enhances the movie of Peter Pan. So it's a really nice movie. I really definitely recommend it. If you can get your hands on this, I only paid $1 for this movie, and the disc was perfect. Whoever bought this movie, they never watched it. I don't know why they bought it, but they never watched it. So definitely recommend it. Finding Neverland. Must watch if you love Peter Pan.